So it might feel a little bit strange to have a chapter on marriage and motherhood in a book that is confronting the empty promises of our age. It might seem strange to sort of put this also in with these other false promises of our age. But when we elevate any good gift to an ultimate gift, then it does become an idol. And I'm afraid I'm seeing that sometimes in our church communities, in our church context, where we have taken the good gift of marriage and motherhood, but elevated it to a status that says, I have to have that to have meaning or significance in my life. I have to achieve this certain marital status, or I have to achieve motherhood to finally have meaning, or to have finally reached my highest calling. I mean, we hear motherhood is a woman's highest calling. And while that sounds nice and it might be very encouraging to moms, it's not actually true. Our highest calling is to know God and to make him known. It's to love God and to love others. And that calling transcends all life stages, all of life's ages. So when we say out loud, a woman's highest calling is motherhood, what we're actually communicating to our sisters who are either single or childless is that they haven't really arrived. They're not really mature enough yet. They're not really sanctified enough yet. And that way of thinking, which I think is largely subconscious, that way of thinking, though, is really damaging, and it's doing a lot of harm inside our churches. You know, even Jesus himself points to those who chose on purpose singleness and childlessness for the kingdom of heaven. And Paul, too, said, "It is good to remain single as I am, that you might serve the kingdom." So in Scripture, we see singleness and childlessness as honored ways, one good way to serve God and to serve others. And so I think as we've sort of rightly pushed back against the sexual revolution in the church, we have also inadvertently elevated marriage and motherhood to a status that is not true, that we don't see in Scripture. And so my encouragement to myself and to just the church is to really think about what we're saying and to acknowledge that we can serve God in all kinds of ages and stages. It's really to put the church family back where it belongs, to maybe not spend so much time focusing on the nuclear family, our own families, the four people inside our walls, and instead to prioritize and to cherish and to serve and to pursue the whole family of God.